Recently, a friend of mine reached out to me and said, help, my kids are going back to school. I just need some new, easy, healthy lunch ideas, even if it's just snacks. So I hope today's video gives you a bunch of snack ideas. These are great for lunches or even just for your weekly meal preps for having around the house or for travel. Before COVID, my husband and I liked to travel a lot, and I was always the girl to bring her own snacks, whether it be for a long car ride or a plane ride. I just like to be prepared. Some of these snacks will be homemade and some will be store-bought just to make it easier. And with that, let's get started. Number one, fruit. Now this probably seems like an obvious choice, but let me tell you why I love fruit for travel. Bananas are of course easily portable. You don't need to refrigerate them. They come in their own individual wrapper and they make a great snack. I actually like to take bananas that are a little bit more green than this when I'm traveling because I find that the more brown they are, the more easily they get squished and smushed. But the very slightly green ones do hold their shape a little bit better and are less likely to get smushed. Tangerines and oranges, same thing. They're already individually wrapped, super easy, convenient, and portable. Now, my mom used to pack oranges in my lunch all the time, and she would score it, which basically means to lightly cut the edge so it was easy for me to peel. But I hated peeling oranges as a kid. I just almost never wanted to peel it. So what I've been doing actually with these tangerines is just to peel them all at once and store them in a Tupperware in the refrigerator, and they last a long time, and they're much more likely to be eaten that way because they're already peeled. So if I was packing these in a lunch, I would do them pre-peeled, but if I was traveling with them, then I would just keep the peel on out of convenience. Speaking of fruit, number two is homemade fruit roll-ups, or fruit leather, whatever you like to call it. This is something I've seen floating around on the internet for a while, but I had not tried it myself until yesterday, and oh my gosh, it is so easy and so tasty. This is actually perfect if you have leftover fruit that's about to go bad, and you need to use it up quickly. All you need to do is puree it and either dehydrate it, or you can use your oven. I just used my oven at 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and it worked perfectly. So of course you can also buy these snacks in the store, but homemade was super easy and a lot less expensive, free from any added sugar or any preservatives or anything like that, and they're delicious. Number three, granola or granola bars. Lately, I have been snacking on just straight granola. The one that I made a couple weeks ago that we also brought camping made those really big clusters, which are actually perfect for snacking, or you could go ahead and make actual granola bars. There are some recipes online. I will link those down below. They have both no-bake and baked options. Super easy to make and pretty healthy as well, especially compared to the store-bought varieties. Number four, roasted chickpeas. This makes a great alternative to roasted nuts or even like corn nuts. Did anyone else used to eat corn nuts as a kid? I used to love them. So these are just like that, except a lot healthier, and also you can flavor them any way you like. You could do a ranch flavor, a dill pickle flavor, salt and vinegar. You could even do a sweet flavor like cinnamon and sugar. And these are super easy to make. I actually have a full recipe video on how to make them, which I will link down below. By the way, if you do want a free PDF guide of this whole list of snacks and clickable links to the recipes and videos, I put together this whole guide for you guys for free. If you're on my email list already, you have it in your inbox right now. And if you're not yet on my list and you want a copy for free, make sure you check out the links in the description box and in the pinned comment down below. Number five, roasted nuts or trail mix. I love to make my own trail mix. I actually haven't bought a store-bought trail mix in a very long time because it's so easy and inexpensive to actually make your own. So nuts, of course, are a great snack on their own. They're full of good, healthy fats. And then if you wanted to add some dried fruit for sweetness, you could do something like raisins or dried cranberries, which both contain antioxidants and fiber. I also sometimes like to add pumpkin seeds into my trail mix. Those are packed full of nutrients such as magnesium and zinc. Number six, Lara Bars. These are kind of similar to trail mix, so usually if I'm looking for a store-bought trail mix option, I'll just opt for a Lara Bar. They are made with very minimal whole food ingredients. Usually the base of their bars are made with nuts and dates, and they're super convenient. I like to bring these bars actually as my dessert option because they're very sweet. And you could even do a homemade version of these if you want, but I do like the convenience of having a store-bought option when needed. Number seven, vegan jerky. We have both homemade and store-bought options for this one. If you're looking for a store-bought option, the most popular ones I see are Primal Spirit and Noble Jerky. Or if anyone else has tried another brand of vegan jerky that they love, let us know in the comments below. So I have tried Noble Jerky before. I think it is delicious, but I also like to do a homemade option, and that is using soy curls. I tried out this vegan jerky recipe last year, and it is delicious and honestly so easy to make. It is shelf-stable and portable, and of course a really good source of protein. So I will link that recipe video in the description box down below in case you want to try out making your own vegan jerky. Number eight, veggies. veggies or veggies and hummus. Of course, veggie sticks on their own make a great snack. They are highly nutritious. I like to keep them chopped in the fridge pretty much at all times so that I have something to snack on when needed. But you can also take chopped veggies and hummus on the go. Let me show you a really quick hack that I like to use when I'm traveling. And that brings us to number 9, which is crackers and hummus. I feel like crackers get a really bad rap for being unhealthy, but you can find really healthy ones either in the store or you can make your own. One of the store-bought options that I really like is Mary's crackers. They are oil-free, they're made with whole grains, they are organic and gluten-free, and they're a really good price at Costco, so if you have a Costco membership, I highly recommend buying them there. Another good option would be something like these brown rice crackers or even rice cakes. When you pair them with hummus, you're getting the added benefits of protein and fiber from the chickpeas, and it makes a great little combo. So if I was taking these on the go, I would probably store them in separate little Tupperwares like this. Number 10, energy bites. These are great because they taste like dessert, but there are a lot of really easy ways to amp up the nutrition. Of course, using nuts is going to be a great source of healthy fats. If you're using dates as the sweetener, you're adding a lot of vitamins and minerals, including iron, potassium, and B vitamins. You could also use seeds. As I mentioned before, pumpkin seeds are a powerhouse of nutrition. Sesame seeds, poppy seeds, and chia seeds are all great sources of calcium. And I've even seen people adding beans to their energy bites. So these are a super easy one to make at home and can be full of nutrition. Number 11, roasted sweet potato. This is kind of similar to like taking a banana on the road with you, except of course it's a sweet potato. But once these are baked, they are so easy to just peel and eat. You can eat them cold or at room temperature, and they're convenient and portable because they come wrapped in their own skin. You just peel them and eat. The sweet potatoes are of course super nutritious. They are full of beta carotene and they are really filling. So this is a snack that's gonna keep you full for a long time. Number 12, roasted seaweed. This is something you may not have tried before, but I highly recommend trying these out if you see them at your store. Each little pack is full of crispy, crunchy seaweed sheets that are surprisingly full of vitamins and minerals. Seaweed contains iodine, iron, and calcium. Of course, we don't want too much iodine in our diets, but we do need small amounts. So if you're not getting it from other sources, seaweed might be a good source. Number 13, lupine beans. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably heard me mention these before. I love lupine beans. Lupine beans are a great source of protein. They are actually one of the highest of all beans and legumes. They have 26 grams of protein per 1 cup of cooked lupine beans. Not to mention there are other vitamins and minerals such as iron, magnesium, and zinc. And best of all, they do not taste like beans. I know the thought of just opening a can and snacking on plain beans does not sound that appealing, but these are different. They are actually salty, a little bit crunchy, and they just don't taste like any other bean I've ever had before. So I like to just open a can, rinse them off, and snack on them as is. Highly suggest trying them out if you've never had lupine beans before. Number 14, PB&J triangles. Now this might sound more like a lunch item, but PB&J sandwiches can also be a great little snack. If you wanted to make them a little bit healthier, you could always use a homemade sugar-free jam. I like to do a strawberry chia jam. You also get the health benefits of the chia seeds that way. You could also use a healthy whole wheat or seed bread. I like to cut them into little bite-sized pieces, and usually when I'm traveling with them, I will use a Tupperware so that they don't get squished. Number 15, kale chips. What a perfect way to get in some veggies without feeling like you're eating veggies. If you've never had kale chips before, you have got to try them out. They are crispy and crunchy. It feels like you're eating chips, but of course you're getting all the health benefits of kale. So I love to do these homemade because it saves so much money. Store-bought kale chips can be kind of pricey, but of course if you need something convenient, there is the store-bought option. If you do decide to make them homemade, I highly suggest making a double batch because they do shrink when you cook them, and also they are so addictive and delicious, you will be going through them very quickly. Number 16, apples and peanut butter, another classic snack. This one I'm gonna show you another travel hack if you are taking these on the go. Basically, I'll just put the cut apple slices on the bottom and a small layer of peanut butter on top. Now, apples can turn brown once you slice them. This is a completely normal process from oxidation and does not affect the taste at all. But if you do have any picky eaters who don't want to eat brown apple slices, what you can do is to squeeze a small amount of lemon onto the apple, and that will help to keep them from turning brown. Number 17, air popped popcorn. Now, a lot of people think of popcorn as unhealthy, but it can actually be a very healthy snack, especially if if you do it homemade. Popcorn is a nutritious whole grain full of fiber, and I like to do it in my air popper. You can also do it in the microwave. You don't need to use any oil or butter that way. And then of course for seasonings, you can drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil if you're not oil-free, and then whatever spices or seasonings you like. Or for an oil-free option, you can take one of those little small spray bottles, fill it with whatever liquid you like. You could use veggie broth, pickle juice, a little bit of apple cider vinegar or tamari, and then that will help your seasonings stick, but it won't make your popcorn so wet that it's soggy. This is a popular hack that I see a lot of people doing, and it works really well. Number 18, tortilla wraps. This is also super easy to do and very customizable. You can fill it with whatever kind of fillings you like. Some healthy options that I love would be to do hummus or avocado. Sometimes I like to do thinly sliced carrot or cucumber. You can add a little bit of vegan cheese or vegan turkey in there if you like. Sprouts are another great option. You could even do a PB&J tortilla if you like. Of course, there are a lot of options nowadays for the wrap itself as well. If you wanted a gluten-free wrap or a whole grain wrap, you could even do a homemade oat flour wrap. So lots of options with this one. And then of course, once it's full, you're just gonna roll it up, slice it, and you have a perfect little portable handheld snack. Number 19, oil-free potato chips. Now, if you haven't seen my video for this hack might blow your mind, but you can actually make potato chips completely oil-free in your microwave. It is so easy. If you haven't seen that video, I highly recommend checking it out. I'll link it, of course, down below. But all you need is a potato and a microwave. And of course, something to slice it really thin, but I just use a knife. This hack works so well. You could make a big batch of these and take them on the go. And finally, we are here at number 20, which is sushi. Sushi actually makes a surprisingly portable snack. One tip that I've learned to make it a little more portable is actually not to cut it into small individual pieces. I actually like to just cut it in half, or you could even do it into thirds if you want it slightly smaller. And that way it's just much easier to hold and eat if you're on the go. So for fillings, of course, you can use anything you like. Usually I will do cucumber, avocado. Sometimes I like to do sweet potato or just egg, which is a vegan egg replacement. And if you're worried about bringing your soy sauce, wasabi, and ginger in a separate container, you can actually put those directly into the roll when you make it, and that way you don't need a separate container. Everything is already packed in your roll, ready to eat. So like I said, if you want a list of all of these vegan snacks, plus their links to recipes and videos, make sure you download the free PDF guide that I made for you guys. Just as a reminder, if you're on my mailing list, you have it in your inbox already. And if you did find this video helpful at all, don't forget to hit the like button down below, or feel free to share it with a friend. If you know someone who would find this useful, I would love for you to share it with them. And with that, let's eat plants, and I'll see you guys next time.